Hey guys, so today we're going to do a burst fade buzz cut on my client here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a number 3 guard and we're going to just buzz the top and the back. And one tip I'd like to give for people, for beginners doing a buzz cut, is make sure you go in every single direction when you're cutting the top. Just because if you only go with the grain, you're going to end up finding uneven parts on the hair. So I like to go against the grain, with the grain, sideways. So now we're going to do the guideline. So on the burst fade, I like to give it like a little bit of an arc when I'm making the guideline, just a little bit of a curve. And one thing to keep in mind is when you get towards the back of the ear, I like to only go about an inch gap behind the ear, because I feel like if you go past that point, you're going to start touching more like mohawk territory. So I like to maximum, I like to go about an inch. Up next, we're going to use the shavers, and we're just going to take it down to the skin. And like I said in my other videos, try not to go too close to the zero guideline with the shavers, just because I do feel like it makes like a really bold line after, and it's going to be tougher to fade out. Okay, up next, we're going to do lever open, so 0.5. And normally with clients who have beards, I just like to fade in the beard as I go, right from the beginning, just because it saves me more time. Up next, we're going to do lever close now, and we're just going to fade out that line. Sorry guys, my shoulder came in the video, so it's causing a little bit of a blur. Now I'm going to use my trimmers just so I can fade out that skin line that I made with the shavers. You don't always have to do this. Like if you have a zero gapped clipper, you could probably skip that step, but my clippers aren't really zero gapped. So okay, up next, we're going to do number 1 closed. And again, we're going to go about an inch up from that guideline also. As you can see here now, when I'm behind the head, I'm kind of playing around with the clippers, moving in different directions just so I can get it properly. Okay, up next, we're going to do 0.5 guard closed, and we're just going to fade out that line right there. As you can see, when I'm getting towards the back here, his hair grain does change a little bit, so I got to change the direction I'm cutting also. Okay, now we're going to do number 2 guard closed, and we're just going to fade this one up to the top and to the back. Okay, so up next, we're going to do number 1 open, and we're just going to fade out that line right there. Okay, so now I'm going to use the corner of my clippers without a guard, just so I can fade out that line right there. This is a really useful tip for barbers. If you want to get like that final detail on your fade, use the corners of your clippers. Now number 1 open, and we're just going to fade the rest up to the back and to the top here. Now my favorite part, lining it up, the finishing touches. With my client here, we're doing like a more of a pointy look in the back, but as you can see, look how clean that looks. This is just a cherry on top with the haircut. Line up the front here too. And this is the finished product right here. What do you guys think? I think it turned out pretty good. Look at that. So yeah guys, subscribe, like the video. I'm going to be posting weekly tutorials on haircuts, so stay tuned for more.